All right, David Baye here from MuscularDevelopment.com. I'm down here in Florida for the 2013 NPC National Championships, hanging out here with figure competitor Alle Stauss. Alle is also a former, it pains me to say former resident of my home state of Wisconsin. Where'd you move to?
Burnsville, Minnesota.
Burnsville where?
Minnesota.
Yeah, she moved from Wisconsin to Minnesota. Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay, well, as long as you're still staying loyal to the Wisconsin sports teams, then I'm all right. Alle, you've had a pretty big year so far this year. You got 6th place at Junior Nationals. Decided to move forward to the North Americans. Moved up 5th place at the North Americans. So you jumped from a junior show to a pro qualifier. Moved up from 6th place to 5th place. You had a couple months of prep between the North Americans and Nationals here. Talk to us a little bit about what you did between juniors and North Americans, because you had 2 months there. So and now you've had about 3 months now. Talk to us a little bit about your prep. Obviously, if you're going from 6th place at a junior show to 5th place at a regular national show, you've made some solid improvements.
Actually, after North Americans, I planned on being done, and then my boyfriend Steve Polfus was like, "Let's go to Florida." I actually got my heaviest after the North Americans. I competed on stage at about 135, and I jumped to 160.
Oh, so you had a pretty solid off season.
I love peanut butter, and that peanut butter just got the best of me. So this
how much do you love peanut butter?
Love peanut butter.
Loves peanut butter.
So this prep, I have actually had to work the hardest I've ever had to work. I got a trainer, a coach, IFBB pro bodybuilder Keith Williams. He took me under his wing about 6 weeks ago.
Another Minnesota resident, right?
Minnesota resident. 6 weeks ago, I started sprinting. I started dieting hard. I put everything I had left into this prep, and jumped on the scale this morning, and I'm 134.8. So I came down from 160 to 134.8 in 6 weeks.
That's a pretty significant drop.
Yeah, and I'm going to bring my tightest, best package to the stage on Saturday, and I'm so excited. All
right, now for the competitors that might not be too familiar with some of the people at Muscular Development, like to get a little bit of background. Talk to me about a little bit what you did before getting into competition. We had talked a little bit before the interview. You said you've only been competing for a few years. I know a lot of girls did college sports or gymnastics or track. Is there anything you did athletic wise or that kind of prepared you for getting into these types of competitions?
Yeah, I was a collegiate soccer player at the University of Wisconsin Stout. I was a goalie, so I spent a lot of time in the weight room lifting, but it was a different type of lifting than what we do, and diet wasn't really a concern of mine.
For being a goalie.
Yeah. And it was, you practice, 2 hours a day, you play 3-4 games a week, you can eat within reason whatever you want, eat portion control obviously, but that wasn't a problem of mine. And so I've always been in the weight room and been athletic, but I just decided 3 years ago to turn it up a notch, and it all started with a trainer that I had that used to compete, and I said, I want to look like you.
Okay.
And she put me in touch with the people that I needed to be in touch with, and 4 months after starting with her, I stepped on stage for the first time.
So it was I'm going to get in this type of shape to compete, versus, you diet and you're doing the workout and you look a certain way and you say, well, I guess I can compete. So it was specifically for competition is what changed your training and your diet?
Mm-hmm. I had always liked the way Nicole Wilkins looked. I always said, this is what I want to look like, and so to have the first trainer that I had look the way I wanted to put the direction I wanted to put my physique, she helped me, and then from there I just kept climbing the ladder, and I mean, in 3 years I have worked so hard to get where I am today, and the way that I feel and the way that I will feel on Saturday when I step on stage is indescribable. So that is, I just
that's that competition high. Yeah, if you haven't been on stage, it's hard to explain, what that's like. But it's definitely a good feeling, and it's definitely worth the work that you put in. So we're gonna get wrapping things up here with Alle. Let you get back. Everybody's just like, I need to eat. I say that. I've been saying it with every interview. We're gonna let you go eat. It's like my default wrap up the interview statement. But it's true. We got your boyfriend Steve over there hanging out, taking pictures and stuff. So all right, this is David Baye with NPC figure competitor Alle Stauss at the 2013 NPC National Championships for MuscularDevelopment.com.